Hello, horror fans and friends of the channel. My name is Stephanie Bree. This is Horror Trans. I am a transgender woman who talks about all things horror. And this is my episode of Horror Icons, where I talk about the beast himself, Godzilla, or Gojira, depending on how you where you're from. Godzilla is a kaiju that comes from Japanese lore. He is a giant dinosaur-like monster who's radioactive and can shoot, I'm just going to say radiation beams out of his mouth, and can sometimes glow in the dark and can sometimes almost fly. Anyways, his powers are kind of inconsistent. It's like Superman. His powers are what they need them to be for the plot, for the movie. Um, There are a shit ton of what I will call classic era Godzilla movies. These are man in a rubber suit movies, and a handful of more or less modern esque, um, mo- um, what I will call modern Godzillas. These are the CGI Godzillas. Um, I have not seen all of the Godzillas. I've seen about five or six of the classic era Godzillas. I own, I would say, three or four of them, maybe five of them on DVD. I couldn't tell you which ones because I can't keep them sorted in my brain because they're all wacky, bonkers movies. Hilarious and entertaining, goofy as shit, but fun as hell. Um, the modern movies start in 1998 with the American produced Godzilla starring Matthew Broderick, and that movie sucks balls. Don't watch it. Basically, that Godzilla was the Lost World Jurassic Park, but they just called it Godzilla. Basically, the movie sucks. Um, then they shifted. They went back to the Japanese produced era for a while. They made some modern Godzillas, and then the joint venture started, where you have movies that are produced jointly between Japanese and American filmmakers, and these ones are pretty good. The ones I've seen. My favorite one was I don't remember if it was called Destroy All Monsters or King of the Monsters because there's a classic one called Destroy All Monsters. But anyways, that one was good. The first one, the first like reboot Godzilla was pretty good, but Jesus Christ is it fucking long. I haven't seen the other movies in this franchise, but they're on my to get to list eventually. Um, Godzilla is fun. He's a giant monster that just, fucks shit up. Now, the movies are really the plots are inconsequential. They don't matter. It's just a vehicle to get Godzilla to show up, destroy a bunch of shit, and then go back in the water and take a nap until the next movie. That's pretty much all you're gonna get. If you're expecting an Oscar-worthy writing in these movies, you are going to be disappointed. If you're looking for quality acting in these movies, you need to look elsewhere. If you just want a movie about big giant monsters and, special effects and, explosions and military people running around doing military things, these movies might be for you. Um, I don't know if I'll be reviewing the Godzilla movies on this channel or not. I have at least 70 movies on my list that I've seen that I haven't reviewed yet, and I have three times that many on my movies I still need to watch to review. And I'm trying to balance it out where I watch a movie that I haven't seen so I can review it, but also trying to get through my backlog of movies I've already seen, some of them more than once, and I'm trying to get through that. But most of them are sequels to movies I've already reviewed. And a lot of the sequels, a lot of them, even if they weren't direct to video, they should have been, because a lot of them feel like they were direct to video. But anyways, Godzilla is pretty cool. I do not have the patience in these movies to pay attention to the backstory and the lore because these movies are convoluted and they're fucking long. They're like 3 hour movies. I'm usually just watching the movie, waiting for Godzilla to show up, and then I'm just like, all right, give me what this is what I'm here for. You know, you could have cut the first 2 hours out of this movie, but it is what it is because I guess there's this myth in Hollywood that you have to have a plot in your movie, and that's not necessarily the case for horror movies. That's definitely not the case for monster movies. We don't need a backstory. We don't need a plot. We just need there's a city, Godzilla just needs to show up and go and just go trash it. We don't need a reason for him to trash a city. He's just, he's bored, he's hungry, you know, it's his time of the month. I don't fucking care. He just needs to fuck up a city and I don't care his reason for it. Just do it. He just needs to do it and I don't need a reason. Um he's not a T-Rex, but he kind of resembles a T-Rex in some ways. But he's definitely unique. Um he does not speak to my knowledge in any of the movies I've seen. He's not a bad guy per se. He's really just a monster that sometimes destroys cities and sometimes fights other monsters who are more bad guys than him, I guess. I don't know. Or it's just, this is my territory, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what it is, what his motivation is. Because he doesn't speak, so we don't really know his motivation. We're just speculating. Even the characters in the films are just speculating what his motivation is. Um, there's some mythology about the kaiju are gods, I guess, of some sort, or something like that. I don't know. It's not important. What is important is they're giant monsters, and Godzilla is like the most famous of the giant monsters, and he's usually the one who shows up to fight the bad monsters, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Godzilla movies are fun, and I hope you enjoy them. Stay cool.